Hi, it's Ananda from Vital, and today I'm going to talk about the process of Castile soap making. I'm going to talk about the benefits of Castile soap as opposed to a commercially made petrochemical soap or a Syndet bar, and I'm also going to cover off or do a review of the Dr. Bronner's Shikakai body soap product, which is a new one here, and there's the baby unscented brand, but I'll talk more about that later. Okay, so Castile soap is named after the region Castile in Spain, and that's where traditional soap making started. And traditional soap making, or Castile soap making as it's known, actually is the result of olive oil and lye or potash, an alkaline agent, when combined in a chemical process, create soap. Okay, and during that chemical process, the alkaline ingredients such as the lye or the potash actually chemically changes completely so that there's none of it left in the soap as the end result. Around the turn of the 19th century, Castile soap came to mean anything that used an oil and something like lye or an alkaline agent to make soap. And generally it referred to hard soap bars, but we're now seeing liquid Castile soaps as well. So other oils that are often seen are coconut oil, hemp oil and palm oil, although due to the issues with orangutans we try and avoid palm oil as much as possible and are certainly moving away from the use of palm oil in our soaps. A fat molecule contains glycerin and fatty esters, and as part of Castile soap making, the glycerin is retained in the end product or the soap. And glycerin is excellent in soap because it's a humectant, which means it attracts water, and it's also retains the moisture on the skin. So when you think about a standard commercial soap bar, when you wash with a standard commercial soap bar, you can actually feel that your skin's quite dry. Yes, all soaps will break the surface tension by foaming up and having a surfactant effect, and that actually allows the dirt to be washed away by water, and that's the desired effect. But with a Castile soap, you won't find that your skin is as dry afterwards because of the retained glycerin. In conventional soaps, they're often made from petrochemical ingredients, or the foaming agents are, and they extract out the glycerin and use it for other chemical manufacturing processes. So there's no retained glycerin in those soaps. Okay, so apart from the fact that many of them are made with petrochemical ingredients, which is not great for the skin, then when you do wash your body, yes, it has that same surfactant effect and washes everything off the skin, but it doesn't leave the skin nourished in any way or feeling moisturised because there's no glycerin in it. Okay, so that's the difference between a standard Castile soap and a standard commercial soap. I will say one other thing, and I mentioned it before, that Castile soaps tend to be a little bit softer. So you need to, if you're using a Castile soap bar, you actually need to keep it dry between uses and not let it sit in a puddle of water, because due to the glycerin, it actually will end up just as much. And you can make your own liquid soap in your soap holder at home if you're not careful. That won't happen with a commercial bar because the glycerin's not retained, and so it makes for a much harder soap. So that's the one note of caution to watch for Castile soaps. The third type of soap product that we're seeing now is a Syndet bar, and that refers to a commercially made bar that, say, has other ingredients like a 1/4 moisturising, and it's pH adjusted for the skin. There's nothing wrong with these soaps apart from the fact that they may be based on petrochemical ingredients. Well, when I say there's nothing wrong with them, that's not really what you want. So they're not ideal for the skin in that way. So they might contain petrochemical ingredients and artificial fragrances and perhaps artificial colouring agents. And it just depends on the makeup of the soap. So again, while they're promoted as a beauty bar, you look for the key ingredients because you want to avoid those ingredients that are potentially irritating, such as those I just mentioned. Okay, so we've got the three different types of soap, and coming back to it, the Castile soap is still made using natural ingredients, and then such as the oil and the lye, and then it might have clay for colour or some natural colouring agents or some herbs in it or some essential oils, and all those ingredients are fine as long as they're natural ingredients. So that's pretty much the differences between the three different types of soap. I'll just have a look and see, is there anything else I need to add? No. So I want to talk about the Dr. Bronner's Shikakai Soap. This is a new product to the Australian market. It's also new, I think, for Dr. Bronner's themselves. And quickly I'll tell you about Dr. Bronner. He is a soap hero, a soap making hero, Dr. Bronner. He started making soap around World War II, the end of World War II, and that was the same time. Well, he was actually, that was his trade, was traditional soap making, and around the end of World War II, they started to manufacture soap on a commercial scale, and so needed cheaper ingredients, and so started using petrochemical ingredients instead of tallow, which is retained animal fat. And so they started making synthetic, or perhaps not synthetic, but petrochemical-based soaps. At that stage, Dr. Bronner decided that he didn't want to go down that pathway, and he was going to stick to his traditional craft of soap making, so has continued to make soaps for all of the last century until 1997 when he died, but his family still retain the tradition and make soaps in the same way. And he's always had beautiful solid Castile soap bars and liquid Castile soaps. And this one's a new one. It contains, so it's a Castile soap base with organic Shikakai extract in it. And Shikakai is a tree that's found in Southeast Asia and has been traditionally used by Indian men and women to wash their hair. It's got contains saponins, and saponins have a foaming effect, and so this again has that mild surfactant effect. The interesting thing is the way that Dr. Bronner's company has actually got the extract Shikakai. They actually steep it in grape juice and sugar to make sure that it blends in well with the soap. So this contains grape juice and sugar as part of that Shikakai extract. So this soap, there's 3 different scents. This is the baby unscented one. There's peppermint, and the essential oils that they use are really, really high quality, to the point when you use this one, you'll actually feel the tingling effect of the essential oil. It's fantastic. And then there's also the lavender. And I just love the packaging of these, the bright, bold colours, and I think that they'd look great on your, bathroom or kitchen shelf. Not that it's all about looks, but sometimes it's good to have pretty packaging as well. Okay, one of the really great things about Dr. Bronner is he says that his soaps are all in one, and he's got this, I'll just read it from the back. He said this is Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1 pure Castile liquid soap, and that means that he says this is one product with 18 different uses. And I won't list them all off, but if you want to have a read about it, go to the product at vitalnatural.com.au and you have a look at the 18-in-1 uses. But to paraphrase or sum up, he says you can wash your hair, you can wash your pet's hair, you can wash your skin, you can wash your babies, you can clean your teeth, you can use it, to clean surfaces, and he's got 18 different uses for this product. So really, this is an all-in-one and a really good one to have around the house. Okay, that's all I've got for today, but that's the Shikakai soap. I'd love to hear your comments if you've used this product, or if you've used any of the other Dr. Bronner's products. We'd love to hear about it. Or if you've had any experience with Syndet bars, positive or negative, or any other soaps, positive or negative. Please tell us. We'd love to get your feedback. Thanks, and I'll talk to you again soon.